Hello amazing family, this is Hadija from the Parenting Mindset Shift, a place for parents to find clarity, peace, joy and confidence in their parenting journey. And today I just want to talk about something that I used to believe and I stopped believing. And I like doing those kind of reflections sometimes to kind of shift my belief and understand, am I still acting the way I would like to act, and am I still believing the things that I used to believe? And it's nice to do those type of reflection. There is quite a few things that I used to believe that today I found it not to be true, at least for myself and for my family. And the different reading that I do, the different workshop that I attend, the training that I perform, like all those different things help you, give you different perspective and different shift that's happening. One of them is love is not enough. Love is not enough in any kind of relationship, with your partner, with your children, with your friends, any kind of relationship. Love is not enough. So yes, I naively thought before that because you love the person, the relationship should be fine. There is nothing else that is needed. And if you didn't feel that love, that means that if that person will act in a way that you didn't feel it was a love, then you just assume they didn't love you. So today, fast forward a few years later, maybe a decade, I don't believe that anymore. I don't believe that love is enough. And because it's not, love is not enough. The same way as IQ is not enough to be able to be successful. So you have to have a different other cues, a caution here to be able to function successfully and feeling fulfilled in your life. And so when I talk about a relationship, and the life with our children is all about building a relationship so we can transfer, model and share all the different wisdom that we would love to share. But for that we need to start with understanding what that means and knowing that loving somebody, having good intention to loving that person is not enough. You need to know way more things to be able to understand and build and nurture that relationship. The different aspect that I learned is emotional intelligence is necessary in a relationship. Learning how to read the room, and I talked about it also in a previous video. Understanding the needs, being compassionate in a relationship, understanding what that means, the difference between empathy and sympathy, the difference of being emotionally fit and controlling and mastering your emotions so you can relate and you can talk with somebody. The fact that we love somebody doesn't mean that we are not hurting them, and we can hurt them by some aspect of neglect, and the neglect is simply by the fact that we are not meeting the needs that they need. And because we are not paying attention of what is it that person in front of me needs, so we can be there for each other. And that's why I love the book, The 5 Love Languages. It's one aspect of understanding what love is to the other. And again, I say it's one aspect because the culture is also has an impact in any relationship. You need to understand the culture you live in. You need to understand what is usually done here and what is usually showed as love. And I love the 5 love languages because of those things that they talk about. And so if we at least take the work and understanding that we need to understand those aspects, the cultural aspect, what kind of culture, what is an indication of showing love in that culture, because it doesn't have to be the same way for everybody. Yes, the 5 love languages is talking about words, is talking about act of service, they're talking about gift, and they're talking about quality time. I think I'm missing one. act of service, gift, quality time, words, and affirmation. And word of affirmation, I think. Oh, I'm still missing one. So it will come back. But when we do talk about those things, and we want to make sure that we understand what is the love language of that person, we also want to make sure that we understand the context we lived in. We understand the culture, again, we lived in. And there's ways that we need to make sure that they are feeling it again. And that's really one of the shifts that I did. And understanding that emotional intelligence is equally, if not more important than intellectual intelligence, was also huge for me, because I never really pay attention of all the different feelings that we are feeling. And we live in a society where we should be happy. For instance, we have the minimum, we have the average of the different things, and we're still missing something. So I couldn't understand that why there was always something missing. Because yes, I knew my mom loved me, my parents loved me, my family loved me, but why did I still feel something was missing? And I think those are the aspects that we need to pay attention, just noticing those things with our children, because this is where that little concept that we need to nurture, and so we can teach them and model them and explain to them and have conversation with them, and then they can be there in the room and actually care to be in the room with us, care to be listening to us, and do those things. So for me, that was one of the shifts that I appreciate that I understood that very early on in my parenting journey, because it allows me to do the work that was necessary to build those relationships with my kids, and be in a position where I can understand certain things. And of course, I don't have all the answer. I'm still figuring a lot out. But we are in that journey. It's not going to be a perfect journey of, oh, okay, I have arrived. You are not there to arrive at a destination. You're here to enjoy the journey, because it's a whole journey. It's a lifetime journey. And you need to try to have clarity, confidence, joy, and peace throughout the journey. And when you do that, you are building those different skills that you need to get there. So this is not a situation where you have the answer, you know it all, and that's it. This is the solution. You're just figuring out, and the goal here is to know yourself, know what it is that you believe, and try to understand if you still believe in those things and why, based on what, and try to question those. So I love doing those different reflections. I do more of those during the month of Ramadan, of making sure that I am a person that I want to be, right? And making sure that I'm knowing myself enough to know where I'm doing the things wrong, where I'm doing the things that are right, and do I have a good intention? Am I doing this to please somebody? Am I doing this for myself? Like all those different questions, we need to learn to do that and model that with our children. So sharing that with our children and sharing, this is what I'm working on, depending on the age and the different level of understanding for your child, you can still grow with them and show them how you process, so they can understand what's in your head, because sometimes they cannot guess what's going on in your head, and they don't realize that you also have a checklist in your head. You also have things that you want to remember. What is the process? And you need to share those things. So that's pretty much it for today. So that's all I wanted to share. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hey, hit the subscribe button, spread the word, spread this video, and I will see you next time. Thank you.